Hello everyone, Brad Johnson here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about something that again is very, very common for many of us and one of the biggest challenges that we go through. And that simply represents the challenge to self-heal. Now this is one of the biggest things that people talk to me and say, Brad, the hardest thing I really, am always trying to do is just to heal myself. Maybe I'm a Reiki healer, maybe I'm good at pranic healing, maybe I'm a shaman, whatever it may be. The hardest thing, the most challenging thing for me to do is to get into my own space. I already know what's wrong with me, I know what areas are blocked, and I do a lot of healing work on myself, but I only really kind of feel this much rather than that much. I feel that this is again one of the biggest mishaps, one of the biggest challenges, one of the biggest hurdles to jump over. Brad, do you experience this as well too, being a conscious matrix communicator? Of course I do. Absolutely. Involvement is the biggest challenge for us to overcome. I get involved in a lot of stuff, again, just like anybody else, my life can be filled with complications. My life can be filled with really, really hardships. There's times where I just feel really down on myself. There's things I don't really know what I want to do. I feel like my heart is just screwing around with me. I feel like I'm getting these guidances somewhere from spirit. I'm like, yeah, come on. I'm still working on the love and listen quotient myself. This is no surprise. So many wonderful healers, so many great teachers, so many wonderful metaphysical researchers, everybody contained within the spirituality and consciousness field that I've talked to have always had this biggest challenge of self-healing. This is why we're all so awesome. This is why friends that you have, people who you've just met, who are really great, who are great intuitives, who are great psychics, who are great healers, are here. And it really is that they hold something to really assist us in our self-healing, and that's the detachment of involvement. They are pure observers. With times I go to psychic friends of mine, I go to other people, I purchase sessions, and I ask them, I said, this is kind of what I'm feeling right now. I feel that my guidance is saying this, I'm getting this from the matrix, but I just want to kind of get more of a confirmation. I feel really involved with this and I feel like I can't make a decision. And I go to them and they do a phenomenal job and they just confirm exactly what the matrix is telling me. And whenever I look at somebody in observation, the most incredible things happen. I'm just able to look at a person's picture and all of this flooding of claircognizance comes in. Claircognizance again just represents the state of awareness, the psychic ability of being aware, the psychic ability of instantaneous knowing. As soon as I look at a picture of somebody, okay, I can give you a scan, where you're doing body regeneration healing, Akashic record reading, one-on-one private sessions, even if it's channeling with a journalist, whatever it is. Incredible. And again, we do that because we're the observers. We're not attached to that person's involvement. And so whenever we feel that we're personally, going through just a real heap of obstacles because we're so involved in what we feel we have to do, we're not able to listen to the expanse. We're not able to love and to listen to ourselves. And so the self-healing becomes one of the biggest enigmas for ourselves. So this is where I like to share with all of you that if you feel that, again, if you feel you have a great healing background, maybe you've been doing healing for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, that's great. But you'll always get back to this, to a point of involvement. We're in a challenging world. We're in a world that's constantly shifting. We're going through a very large transformation happening all over the planet right now. Financial systems are transforming. Our own systems, our own ways of life are transforming and accelerating and evolving at such a rapid pace that a lot of us can't keep up with it. You're not alone. Myself, I feel the same way at times. I try to find out what best decisions for me to make. I try to find out exactly how I can utilize the matrix in the way that I can. But again, like many other people, it's just getting caught up in the hamster wheel of involvement. But when you're able to come here, when you're able to really get that assistance from another person to really help yourself, a whole new trigger happens, a whole new effect takes place. You increase this amalgamation effect. You start to realize, okay, well, I've gone through this situation that's been so heavily involved with me for so long. This person has been the light of my life. They've just given me such great insight. I'm not going to be able to fall for that again. I feel that transcendence. Simply because I wasn't able to go into a nexus of neutrality. I was still bouncing back and forth, either in the negative or the positive. Maybe I was way too airy. Maybe I was too floaty and in the clouds. I needed to bring some negative energy back into balance. What do I mean by negative energy? I'm not saying being a jerk. I'm not saying about being, completely rude or inconsiderate to anybody. When you're bringing negative energy into things, you're just grounding. You're bringing yourself back into center. You're allowing physicality to carry you back into that point. This can be like going out into nature. This can be like going out by trees, sitting on the beach, just doing any type of centering in regards to connecting with the earth, connecting to yourself, connecting to the physical plane. This is, in that sense, bringing forward the negative aspect to come back into positive. So I'm not talking about good and bad. I'm basically just talking about the positive polarity that can represent the idea of so much spirit, so much connection to the ethers, that you feel you're living back in the ethers. When I'm talking about negative, I'm not talking about bad again, I'm just talking about connecting with the earth. Here is the side of human, here is the side of spirit. And we'll just go back and forth at times, human spirit, human spirit, human spirit. And we're just looking to go to that nexus. And this is, again, where the biggest complication of self-healing comes, because there's so many things we love about the physical world. And there's so many wonderful, incredible, beyond comprehensive understandings about the spiritual world, and that we sometimes lose track. So again, whenever you feel that you're in that blitz, that confusion of self-healing, you have people that you can go to, and it's alright to go to people. It's not about feeling, oh, look what I got, this connection, I got this channeling ability, I got this matrix ability, I got this massive intuitive ability. I don't need anybody. For me to even state that would be just complete arrogance. And I do need people. I do need people to talk to and to assist in regards to my own feelings of observation, really to help me put on track on times, and that each and every single one of us does. You're not alone. There are people here to help. There are people here to assist, and I'm just one of them, and I'm happy to do it. This is my bliss. This is what I love to do. Even though there are the trials and tribulations, there are the challenging times, but this is my life. I love it to death. I know many of you who do the same work that I do in your own way love it as well too. So whenever it comes to the complications, to the challenges of self-healing, and if you feel you can't get to that observation, that's when you can go on the internet. That's where you drop an email. That's where you go on Facebook. That's where you do a Skype call, do a phone call, and say, hey, this is what I've felt through intuition. What do you think? What's happening? And when you find that symmetry, it's fantastic. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. The magic of synchronicity. Thank you so much for watching. For more questions in regards to this video, info@consciousmatrix.com. And of course, if you feel that you do need assistance personally through the idea of involvement to bringing you back into observation, well, go to consciousmatrix.com. A lot of great sessions, a lot of online digital courses, and even an exciting new classroom is coming up in the end of January, which is going to be called the Intuitive Adept class, where you'll be able to learn how to develop your intuition a lot more, and where you'll also learn how to do channeling and looking more into business building with your own spiritual growth as well too, establishing yourself further in this way. So a very exciting classroom that's coming at the end of January 2014. Go ahead and check it out. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Brad Johnson. Namaste. May it be well with you, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.